Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. A significant weather advisory was issued for Hopkins, Delta, and Rains County and surrounding counties Monday morning shortly after 8 a.m. The advisory ended within 45 minutes, but not the rain. Some areas experienced gusty wind as a line of thunderstorms powered by cooler temperatures moved into the area. Sustained winds during the morning thunderstorms were around 14 miles per hour at the Sulphur Springs Municipal Airport. Some lightning strikes and a few flooded areas resulted from the rain that continued through mid-morning Saturday. The possibility of thunderstorms remained until early evening Monday and Tuesday should see cooler temperatures, upper 80s Tuesday, returning to the mid-90s on Wednesday and for the remainder of the week. The 2018 Shadow Renaissance Festival offered an array of activities and attractions at the Hopkins County Civic Center complex this past weekend. The festival benefited Shadow Ranch, a therapeutic riding center. The event featured professional jousting, a falconer group with birds of prey, a flame performing troupe, and a belly dancer troupe. The pirate musician and escape artist and blacksmith ogre were also a part of the attraction. Other attractions included a dragon's lair with axe throwing, sword fighting, and the visiting Scottish court of Scarborough Fair.
This is every year Shadow Ranch has a fundraiser. We are your therapeutic equestrian center. This year we didn't just go outside the box, we threw the box away. We are having Sulphur Springs' first Renaissance Fair. Okay, it's a full-blown Renaissance festival. You've got vendors, you've got people in costume. If you've been to Scarborough Fair or Avalon, I've already been told that we're better than Avalon, and this is our first year. Okay, we did say the big thing this evening at 7:30 is a full contact joust. It's not what you see at medieval times. It is full contact. They will knock each other off the horses and do all their skills, games of skill inside there on horseback, inside the air-conditioned arena.
Okay.
And for $15 and an hour and a half show, that ain't bad.
Well, what you got going on out here besides fire dancers?
We got fire dancers. We've got belly dancers. If you've seen it at a Renaissance fair, it's here. Okay, cool. We've got all kinds of vendors. We've got archery stuff. We've got, if it's in Renaissance fair, it's here.
Okay, what kind of crowd have you had today?
Surprisingly, very, very good. I can't give you exact numbers, but we've been busy. We've been busy.
Well, good.
I mean, look here. We got a wizard right behind you.
Oh my God.
We got a wizard right behind you. Yeah, we've got wizards, we've got fawns, we've got all kinds of stuff. It's it. Go back into the history.
Well, I want to talk to Gandalf here.
Balthazar, Gandalf's brother.
Oh, okay. What brings you to Sulphur Springs?
I have a friend that lives here, so we come see her all the time, and then I got connected with the sign shop, and the next thing I know, I'm helping them with the Renfest.
Oh, got connected with the sign shop?
Yes.
Okay, so you're from around here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually live in Dallas, but I come here twice a month.
Okay, what's your real name?
My real name is Philip Gabbard.
And how did you get suckered into this?
I enjoy it quite a bit. We've been in Renfest festivals ever since 1999. So we've been going to all different fairs, and then they mentioned about having a joust and said we need to expand it. Next thing you know, we've got a Ren Fair going on here.
The glove I wear in my left hand, they commonly refer to it as a gauntlet. My sisters refer to it as a big icky glove. The French call this right here a créance. I call it a string. And one of the main reasons that we use a créance on an untrained bird of prey is that, of course, we're not going to just take that bird out in the back garden and let him go, right? Because what's going to happen? They're going to fly away, right? Go ahead and give them a big giant round of applause. Now, as I said before, this bird is actually still in training. Sometimes he gets very, very excited. He did not get a chance to fly at my 12:30 show. So he has been sitting around all day long going, is it me now? How about now? How about now? Now? Maybe now. Right? So the one most important thing when training a bird of prey is the response time. I know that's something that all the parents in the crowd understand, right? We want the child or the bird to respond immediately upon being called. One major difference between training a bird of prey and training a small child is that you cannot count to 3 with a bird like this and get them to respond. You can also not threaten to take away their Xbox. Just saying, right? Now, as I said before, we want an absolutely instantaneous response time. We want to be able to take the tiny tidbit of food. We hold our arm up, we call the bird. Sometimes he decides to actually come when he's called, other times he just says, you know what, I'm right there. And you know what? He is doing very, very well. Let's go ahead and give a big giant round of applause.
Look at the mass, he decided last. He'd try and come over the top. He was doing quite well when he gave it a yell and fell through again with a prop. So given a side he'd try, it's like in job number 1. But just as before he fell to the floor, right where he'd started from. So he stayed his upon in job number 1, the second in job number 2. The third jumped in 3. I'll put that there for a second. That's long enough. Very important to present the illusion of clumsiness. Now, the third jumped in 3, shouted with glee, and the 3 of them all fell through. Ta-da! Dankeschön! Johnny, Dankeschön! I didn't realize we had so many botanists over here, but anyway.
Nice, come about! Remember, the more you scream, the faster they will go! Raise your voices! Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, was that on target? Roll Myers lands intact. John Stites off target on the pass guard, just a little bit low. All right. John Stites, he's ready. Derby, he's dropping ballast. He knows what's going on here. All right. Nice, receiving their lances. This is second pass. Will Myers in the lead. 1-0. Nice. Set. Nice. Charging the crowd. On target, Will Myers. On target, John Stites. Lances stay intact. 1 point each. 1 point only. Right now the score, Rope Myers in the lead with 2, John Stites with 1. But they got to hit in that sweet spot to break these lances. Nice, coming about. Let him go! will John Stites move on in this competition? A nice round of applause for these two warriors.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
First, we have a news story. The 57th line of the Blue Blazes drill team had their first official practice session for the school year Monday morning in the high school cafeteria. The workout, featuring stretching and high kicking, was a short one since the Blue Blazes headed to a camp near Joshua later Monday. The Blue Blazes instructor, Christy McCullough, tells us about that camp during a break in this morning's practice session.
This is our first practice to come back together and prepare for camp. We're actually practicing until about 30 more minutes, and then we are taking a lunch break and loading up and heading off to camp. So this was kind of our private time to get ready for that this morning. But this is day one, backing at 'em, kicking and all.
So what are they working on here? Just kind of limbering up?
Yes, we came in this morning. We did a really good long, slow stretch and conditioning. They have supposedly been working out all summer, and so kind of ease back into it, but at the same point kind of test where we stand on our strength and flexibility. We went back to square one on high kicks like they'd never kicked before. I told them it's kind of like the NFL players right now are in their training camps, going back to learning how to tackle and everything. That's what we're doing, is we're going back and learning how to re-kick and get our technique going. So we worked on some kick technique this morning, and then we've actually started learning the kick routine for football season. So it's rough, and it was first time through when y'all walked in, but they at least know it. And then when we're off at camp, we'll be practicing it to get stronger and better.
Is this a camp that you've been to before?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so this is the same one we've been to before. There's, it's a small camp as far as it's kind of like a home camp where we get to work by ourselves privately. A friend and I actually started several years ago with just our two teams, so we'd be sister teams and come together, and it has since grown into 9 schools who everybody wanted the same, yes, everybody wanted the same environment. We wanted that camp experience for the girls where they're getting to go away and they're getting to learn from other teams, but we wanted that intimate, private home setting that you would get as well. So they're around other teams, they're exposed to other teams. We do some big sessions together with the other teams, but then when we're learning routines, they're custom and private for us, for instructors that we bring in. So.
And so a lot of learning, but also like some bonding going on.
Yes, sir. They'll work hard all day. They'll be learning all their football routines. Well, most of their football routines while we're gone at camp. They'll be learning some pep rally routines and some technique as well. We'll be practicing pregame while we're gone and getting that together. But then there's also that team bonding time where we're doing some leadership and team building training, and then some fun time mixed in there as well. So they do get to play while they're at camp.
This will be all week long, basically?
Yes, we will leave today, and they will come back late Thursday night. So they'll dance Tuesday, Wednesday, and all day Thursday at camp, yes.
All right, and so it begins again.
And so it begins again, ready or not, here we go. I'm excited about this bunch. They're a young bunch. We've got about half the team's new this year. Not quite half, but a little bit, and so I'm really excited about the energy they're bringing. My officers have really stepped comfortably into their leadership role. We had a great last year, and so we're looking to build on that this year. And I just can be more excited about seeing what they're going to bring to the plate this year. New district, new teams we're up against, so we got to be on our game and be ready to go.
How many years for you here now?
This is starting my 13th. I know, I can't believe it myself, but I'm starting my 13th year here, and so. Yes, of course I did. But yes, this is starting number 13. So, and I've been very blessed with the opportunity to be here and be a part of this organization, and looking forward to see what the future holds.
What line for the Blazers?
This is 57. 57. So our hashtag for this year is best boot forward, like best step forward or best foot forward, but best boot forward. And our S and our T are the 57. So if you see that out there, that's what it is. That's our hashtag. So I'm really encouraging that step forward and put your best boot forward in everything that we do, from on the field to off the field. And that's kind of one of our many points of emphasis this year.
In sports, Wildcats basketball star Victory Walker recently received 2 more scholarship offers from Division I colleges. The latest to make offers are the Fighting Illini of Illinois from the Big Ten and the Oregon State Beavers from the Pac-12. Beavers coach Wayne Tinkle referred to Walker as one of this summer circuit's hottest rising prospects. Walker remains uncommitted. Among other colleges making offers to Walker are LSU, Virginia Tech, Seton Hall, Baylor, Louisville, Oklahoma, Houston, UTEP, UT San Antonio, Tulane, Incarnate Word, Texas A&M, Tulsa, Illinois State, San Diego, Arkansas, and North Texas. Walker, the district MVP last season, will be a senior on this season's Wildcats basketball team. Wildcat football season ticket week began Monday morning at the High School Media Center. I talked with season ticket coordinator Lynette King.
It is steady. We had a rainstorm come through, so it was kind of calm during that point, but it's been very steady.
All right, and that's kind of the way it usually is, kind of on the first day. They just keep coming in, right?
Yes, that's correct. Last year we had a lot because of the new stadium, and everybody was real excited about that part. But now that they know where they're going to sit, then they're all just okay.
Now, these first 2 days are very important because people need to just not take that letter and stick it in a desk somewhere that they get. They need to come in, and they by Tuesday, the end of the day, they need to have these renewed, right?
That is correct. And it's been in the newspaper, it's been on the radios, every news media area and had told, what the schedule is. But Monday and Tuesday, if you had tickets last year, you come back and you pick up those exact same tickets.
Even if you want upgrades later on, you have to renew what you have.
That is correct, because if you don't renew on Monday and Tuesday, then you are no longer a ticket holder, and Wednesday is immaterial for you. You have to wait till Thursday to come pick up your ticket, any tickets that might be available.
I know in some cases you try to make some reminder calls.
Tuesday afternoon, we use the numbers that they gave us from last year to try to make courtesy calls for people that have forgotten or, didn't get the message or something, so that by Tuesday afternoon at 5:30 when we close the doors, they have to have renewed those tickets. So
you got some great help, Chuck King back.
Yes, sir. We've recruited him to help us.
He had such a good time last year, he just had to come back, right?
Yes, sir.
He'll spin a few stories, I imagine, with some of these fans.
I'm sure he will.
All right.
And has.
And best of luck. We talked about renewals, and we talked about the upgrades, and so Thursday, Friday, if anything's left, the general public, if they're interested, that's the big day for them.
That is correct. Thursday is usually a pretty big day. And there's usually a line when we get here on Thursday. Thursday is a regular day, 8:15 to 5:30. Friday is just till noon, right. So they have to be here before lunchtime.
Oh, very good. And
hopefully we'll have another sellout.
Yeah. The first day of Wildcat tennis coach Tony Martinez's tennis camp was rained out Monday morning. I talked with Coach Martinez Monday morning about the new camp schedule and about this year's Wildcats team tennis squad that begins practice for the season Monday night.
That's probably the norm. It always happens, and it happened to us a few weeks ago. We were in San Antonio, and it rained the first day all day, so we just had to make some changes and things like that. And what we've done this week is we're a Monday through Thursday type camp, and so we're just going to be a Tuesday through Friday camp this week. So we've already made the changes for this week.
All right. You contacted everybody, and they're all
just
on board.
About everybody's on board. Everybody, we kind of knew this yesterday, so we'd already given a heads up to a lot of the people, the parents, that if it did rain today, that we were just going to go into Friday.
Look like it's going to be a pretty good group you got this year.
It's really a great group already. I mean, it was more than what we expected. I was only maybe expecting 12 to 15, and now we're probably at 25 to 30 kids. So this is a good camp this week.
If Monday was holding somebody up,
right now they can come.
Friday.
Yeah, now they can come. If they weren't here, if they just now catching word about it, then they can still come at any time in the morning and sign up for the. What I'm doing is the kindergarten through about the 5th grade. Then I'm doing middle school and high school from 10:30 to 12:30, and so that's kind of the time. So they can come a few minutes early, and they can still register at that time.
A little bit different approach, I guess, for the real young ones. A lot of them are picking up the racket for the first time. And
definitely, we're just trying to, show them some different grips. We'll play with some foam balls, use the miniature courts. We won't be using, too much of the live tennis balls at that point. Just give them some fundamentals, carrying the ball on their rackets, dribbling the ball with their rackets. Just some real fundamental part. And by the second day, though, they will be hitting balls over the net.
Now, the second group, they may have played some. You may be correcting some bad habits, or some kids that actually have had some lessons or something.
Well, yes, and I've kind of heard that a lot of them. We just had two right here. One from Dallas, Texas, that goes to the SMU camp, and the other one from Austin, Texas, has been going to the UT camp, and they're here for the week visiting some families and relatives. So they'll be here the next few days also. But we will be just teaching them some of the basics. We have I have 3 really good instructors that have come in that I've known since they were also in middle school, that they've just all graduated from college, and so now they're here to still keep teaching. One's Isaac. He'll be an assistant coach at Tyler Lee, a real top-notch tennis team. So we're fortunate to have him, and they're all doing well. Michael Torres, he's going to be heading back to Sul Ross and be one of the coaches there at Sul Ross University now. So he graduated from there and played there. Now he's going to be one of the coaches there. So I'm really proud of him too. So they're all doing well. So.
Yeah, Torres sounds familiar. You've had him before.
Yes, yeah. They've Torres and Isaac Vasquez, they've been here the last 2 years or so.
Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit to team tennis. Now, you're going to be trying to get practices in at nighttime for that this week.
This week. We're trying to get started this week and this evening and try to go through, Thursday night, take a little break. We may do some Friday midday workout, and then we kick it off next Monday, a week from today. We have 2 matches. We have Denison in the morning and Sherman in the afternoon, and Waxahachie Tuesday morning, and then following with Forney on Wednesday, and then we're with John Tyler on Thursday. So we got 4 days of straight matches next week. So we're going to be getting there, and then the following week's the same thing, going Tuesday through Thursday with another 6 more matches. So we're going to be busy.
Yeah, that's the busiest schedule I think I've ever seen for team tennis. A lot of action, a lot of court time for these.
Right, and like I said, these kids have put in the work this summer. I really wouldn't do this, if it was, if they weren't in shape or anything like that. But I have been monitoring them all through the summer, and they've been playing tournaments, and they have been coming to squads here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So they're ready. They're ready. So it's not like the last few years where we have to go practice for a week or so before we can maybe get in 3 or 4 matches before school. No, this time we're jumping in the water. We're ready to go. We're ready to swim.
I remember last year you had a real good group of guys, and you could really count on them. The girls were a little thin, and So, but I understand that you've got a lot of prospects in the girls that will really beef things up this year.
I do. I've got the freshmen that are coming in are kind of remarkable, hopefully, and especially one. I have Jolie Cantu, and she's been playing competitive all summer long. Well, for the past year or two, she's been competitive, playing a lot of the Tyler Junior tournaments and winning those tournaments. Hopefully, she'll be in the top lineup of our girls in the mix of the team, and she's going to really help us out tremendously. And then we've got some other girls, Emily Dick, Savannah, Paige Meeson. We've got some great kids in the freshmen this time though I will have 8 also. I'll have 8 to 9 girls on staff, where I've only been struggling the last 2 or 3 years with maybe 5 girls or 6 girls, just to put a team together. So this time we're ready, and it's really, we're looking forward to a great season.
You got some veterans on, I guess, both sides, boys and girls.
Boys are coming back with 9 guys. We have 9, players on the lineup, and about 7 or 8 of them have been playing the last 2 years as freshmen and sophomores. So this is going to be a great bunch with the juniors. We really have this will be the strongest boys team that, since I've been here for the 5th year, this will be the strongest boys team that we have out here, on the courts. I mean, we start with Jonah Kirkpatrick, who played with Alex Benitez, but he has been playing, and right now I know he was at John Newcomb's tennis camp this week, so I know he's working on his game, this whole summer too. So, but all the guys have worked this. So they've all competed in tournaments out here in the East Texas. So I'm really looking forward to this season. This season, I am looking for good things for the tennis program.
Yeah, I can think about Chase Crouch. Think about
Chase Crouch is a big senior. Gonzalez, Aaron Lucas.
Right.
We've got all these guys who have been competing for the last 2 years, and they've been getting beat up as freshmen and sophomores. But the tide has changed now. Now they're going to be those juniors and seniors, where it'll make a lot of difference. They have the experience behind them too. So, really looking forward. Then we had Catherine Hurd, Zoe Wilson, Heather Harris, and Harley Steegent, and these girls have been competing the last 2 years also as freshmen, and they're all juniors too. So they're also going to be strong at it too. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a fun season. That's all we're looking for, is a fun season, because the kids have worked hard this summer.
I guess the practices this week will really be, as much as anything, determining JV and varsity and who
the lineup will be. We did it at the end of the school season, but this time we are going to do we'll do some matches the next few nights, and I'm trying to find out who my doubles teams are going to be. But we'll get that all set down here in the next 4 or 5 nights. We'll get it all taken care of.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.